All right, a pleasant good morning to you from Tony'sPicks.com. This is Ramon Scott coming to you live from Las Vegas here for Night Moves for Saturday, March 14th. Hope everybody was okay on Friday the 13th. And now we've got Pie Day. Time for a pizza, March 14th, 3/14. So see what we can do today with today's great card. Man, we've got big time conference tournament finals today in college basketball. Also, NBA and a big NHL card. I think every game has some type of ramifications today, so I think we'll look at them all. Here we'll preview all the championship games for Saturday is what we'll do. Some games just ended, including my San Diego State Aztecs were able to hold off there in New Mexico with a great finish there. B.J. Davis with that layup with 2.3 seconds left, and the Aztecs pull it off and advance to the title game there, where they'll take on Utah State tomorrow. And other games today, other great games today, college basketball. We'll take a look at some of them here. But first, I want to talk about the World Baseball Classic. How about the United States getting it done? Yeah, they didn't cover. They didn't cover the run line there. What were we thinking there? You know they weren't going to cover these guys, but they did get the win, 5-3 over Canada. Logan Webb, 14 outs, didn't allow a run. Team USA will play the Dominican Republic in the semifinals Sunday night, a blockbuster tilt that everyone is looking forward to. That'll be a great way to wrap up Selection Sunday, then get right into the game between Team USA and the Dominican Republic. Meanwhile, on the other side of that bracket there was the DR beating Korea 10-0. Dominican Republic led 7-0 in the third inning. Christopher Sanchez allowed just 3 base runners in 5 innings to bring home that winner for the DR to force the game against the United States here on Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. Action will continue in the World Baseball Classic here on Saturday with Puerto Rico taking on Italy. That's at 3 Eastern and noon Pacific on FS1, followed by on Fox, Venezuela and Japan. Japan, $1.70 there. Total 7.5 over 20 in the other game. It is, Puerto Rico and Italy virtually a pick'em here right now. That's how strong Italy's come along here. Total. These are 8 over 15, maybe 8.5 under 20 in that one. Very closely rated game between Puerto Rico and Italy here. Did anybody take a flyer on that Italy 20-1 proposition there to win the whole thing there after before the semifinal rounds here? So, all right, looking forward to that Mountain West final too. San Diego State coming in there against Utah State. That'll be tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. And hey, some of the other great action here on Friday in conference tournament play, including in the Big Ten. It was Wisconsin over Illinois, 91-88 in overtime. Illinois crumbling here at the end, 4-5 record in their last 9 games. Although 4 of the 5 losses were in overtime. Man, these guys they get to overtime, but they're not clutch. Illinois led the game by 15 with 10.5 to play, but Badgers 25 of 30 on the foul line, and Illinois just 9 of 15. Late game there in the Big Ten in Chicago was UCLA over Michigan State, 88-84. Bruins proved that Midwest isn't going to treat them all bad. UCLA nearly 50% from three-point range. Dent, 23 points, 12 assists, 6 rebounds. So, man, Michigan State, they're always strong, but they really have trouble in the tournament there, actually. So we'll get a couple of matchups tomorrow in the Big 10 and also Big 12 action with Arizona defeating Iowa State 82-80. The Cyclones jumped out 14-2, led by 8 early in the second half, but Arizona, Del Orso, 26 points off the bench. Played 30 minutes, didn't start the game, but it was Arizona there getting the win. Iowa State got the money, and then the late game, Houston was able to keep calm there and defeat Kansas to advance to the Big 12 title game there as Houston was able to get it done there late and walked off there, beating the Jayhawks in that semifinal in Kansas City there with the final score in that one was 69-47 as Kansas could only manage 47 points. We had the winner here on Night Moves, of course, with the under in that game. Easy pie, it felt like in that one. All right, Atlantic 10 also here. St. Louis gets it done there with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar there. He had a pretty good game. He was making his shots there. St. Louis won it 88-81 as George Washington led the game. Can you believe it? By 21 points in the first half. It was the biggest comeback in A10 conference tournament history there as Avila and the Billikens were able to come back and win and get the money for the most part. 88-81 fell right close to the number there, certainly, but no doubt St. Louis was able to get it there. Mostly 6 and 6.5, couple of 7s out there, but man, St. Louis big time comeback in that one. And also Shirt's got a contract extension there, so big day for the Billikens. They're signing their coach. Done a great job there at St. Louis. Also there in the A10, Dayton won, BCU won, St. Joe's also into Saturday's semifinals. SEC, Ole Miss wins again. Rebels for the third day in a row. They were 1-12 in their last 13 regular season games. Ole Miss is the surprise in the SEC with an 80-79 upset win of Alabama there in that one. We did have our winner with Tennessee and Vanderbilt game to go under in the 75-68 final there as Vanderbilt did do the number there on Tennessee. Other winners there included Arkansas won late over Oklahoma, didn't cover, and Florida beat Kentucky, didn't get the money. Kentucky got the money in that one. Arkansas in their win over OU, Darius Acuff, 37 points, 5 assists. A lot of people say like, why Acuff? Is he a flash in the pan there? He just kind of burst on the scene. I think the thing is, once he kind of discovered his confidence level and got that record-setting performance, I think that's what's going to make Arkansas dangerous. They didn't get the money, though, so Oklahoma led by 4 with 9.5 to go, but Razorbacks were able to get the win. Big East, St. John's crushed Seton Hall, 78-68 for Coach and the Red Storm. They never trailed in the game. They'll meet in the final. University of Connecticut. Connecticut did crush Georgetown, got the money there yesterday there in that one. And also American 3 overtime game, Tulsa over North Texas. 90-84. North Texas led 14-0. They led 36-19, and Tulsa came back. Tulsa went 32 of 39 on the foul line for their 6th straight win. They only shot 35%, not even that, but they were able to come back, force overtime. North Texas does have a little bit of beef. They might have gotten a call that went against them there. Still, the game went to another 2 overtimes, and Tulsa was able to get the win 90-84 in the American to advance there. they will face the Charlotte 49ers. They were 83-78 winners over UAB. UAB was favored in that one. I had a premium on it, and Charlotte was the better team there. Can't find many winners here. We did have some winners in the premium pick department over at Tony's Picks, but I wasn't able to get them all home. That's for sure. I did have UCI over Cal State Northridge in the Big West semifinal down here at the Lee's Family Forum. Also had a winner with Nevada and Utah State game to go over their premium pick winner for me over at Tony's Picks. We'll go over there in just a second and check out check out all the winners here from Friday's action. A few more, though, to take a look at here real quick. As I said, San Diego State getting that win here late. Also, the Utah State win over Nevada. Utah State's going to be going to the tournament probably even if they lose that game, I'm sure. San Diego State's going to need to win that game, I'm pretty sure, too. Big West tournament, then the UC Irvine victory there for me. The Anteaters were deadly inside. They dominated the boards. It'll be Irvine and Hawaii. We'll preview the Big West title game. And in the MAC, it was Akron beating Kent 75-68. So the Zips are the best. The Zips are the best team in the MAC. Come on, they've won 9 in a row, 18 of their last 19 games. They win with class. They've got 4 seniors. They're pretty mature, very, very cohesive team. And Akron will play Toledo in the MAC championship on Saturday, and we'll preview that one here on the show as well. All right, it's a quick recap of the college basketball action there. A couple other tournaments we'll have finals previews of, including some of the SWAC and MEAC action we'll preview here. They've got 9 or 10 title games to look at. Also, NBA action here from Friday. I could only go 1 and 2 in my premiums over at Tony's, but we did have winners here on the show with Detroit rocking over Memphis here in the Tankathon. We were able to bring a winner here on Night Moves last night. Also, winner here on Night Moves with Cleveland, smashing Dallas on the road in the Tankathon. Winner for us there in that one. Also, winner here on the show with Minnesota and Golden State game to go over there as Minnesota did win and cover on the road. We also had a winner here with the over Utah and Portland game to go over as Portland was able to win, did not cover. Jazz got the money there on Friday night. And 2 games in the National Hockey League. And I don't think we brought home the winners. I think we went 0-2, so let's just skip it. Let me say hello to the folks over in the chat and get ready to go with the show. And we'll go over to Tony'sPicks.com, see what's going on. Tim M was here today. He was rooting for the United States there to win in that game. Jimmy Two Shoes here as well. Hello to Shaq in the chat. I think he likes Italy to win that game there tomorrow. And let's see, Mr. Wesker's big Danny Hurley fan there. And let's see, I think that might be it so far, joining us in the chat. All right, everyone, you can get our best picks every day over at Tony'sPicks.com. You can use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 15% off all premium pick packages, including mine here on Saturday. We've got a big Saturday coming up, not only the sports that I just mentioned, but also it's UFC time here on Saturday. They're going to be going at it here in the Apex here this Saturday with a featured matchup here with featherweights. That'll be 41-year-old Josh Emmett going up against 24-year-old Argentine Kevin Vallejos on Saturday night. Top 15 contenders in the UFC, and I'll have a couple of premiums here on the card for the action. So join me over at Tony'sPicks.com. Let's go to it and see who was hot here on Friday night. And it's going to be Brian Bittler, 3-0 night. It was square dancing Friday there, and Brian sweeps the card. Bo Dunn goes 4-1. Great job, Bo. Kevin Thomas, 2-0, wins his only play. Rod goes 9-7. Heavy volume came out with a profit. Al Ninos, winner a day, will get it done every way. There, Chris Atkins also won his premium pick, and Shane Mickle also in the green. For the last 7 days, it's Justin Stacks McKelvey over there. He's up there almost 13 units. Boy, crushing it there, over 70%. Brian Bittler up 12.5 units over the last 7 days alone. Shane Mickle up a nickel. How's that? Kevin Thomas up 3.5 units. Alessandro Rodriguez up 3.5 units. Solon Malone up a couple of units. So is Rod Zawacki. Tom Reghard and Ron Hahn in the green. In the green over the last 7 days, last 30 days. Stephen Duncan up 11.5 units. Brian Bittler up 10.5 units. Mills Young up 8 units. Shane Mickle up almost 6.5 units. Al Ninos up over 4.5 units. Alessandro Rodriguez up nearly 4 units. Tony T up over 2.25 units. And Kevin Thomas in the green over at Tony'sPicks.com. You see the season leaders here. Stephen Duncan, Nick Lagaretos, Al Ninos, and Brian Bittler, top leaders here for 2026. You can click on the Premium Picks tab to find the best plays from the cappers over at Tony'sPicks.com. We're locked and loaded. Several cappers already with packages up for the action here on Saturday. This should be an awesome day of sports and sports betting. Tony T has got his college basketball best bet for tomorrow up, ready, and available right now at Tony'sPicks.com. Remember, use the promo code Tony T at checkout for all these single game, 3-game, 5-game, 7-game packages. Damian Sosh has a 10-star SEC slammer there. And Ron Crawford got his Serie A best bet ready to go here in short order. David Racy also with his early college basketball pick. Go over to Tony'sPicks.com and use the promo code TonyT. These are our best picks every day over at Tony's Picks. All right, we're going to get ready for the action here right now with you guys and check out the card here for Saturday. We've got college basketball, of course. We're going to start with the NBA, though, and let me see who else is here. Hey, it's Deshika Moses in the chat. Hope I got it right. Deshika Moses Fishton. Also here, he's not happy with the GW Revolutionaries. There, Tim wants Italy and USA in the final. Kick out Japan, I guess. And let's get to the action here. Why not get it started in the NBA? Like I said, I think all the games, have at least one of the teams in contention for the playoffs. So we got to talk about it. That's how we work it here on Night Moves. You ain't making the playoffs, you're not going to get on the show, but man, every game has some kind of impact here, doesn't it? Let's start it off. Get going here with the Brooklyn Nets taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers are tailing off here, but they're going to make it here right now. No problem. Sixers are favored this one, though, by 9 over the Brooklyn Nets, who are in the tankathon, of course. For the Sixers, they still could stand to improve, but really the injury bugs kind of bit them here, and they're kind of just hanging on for dear life, it feels like right now. Fortunately for them, they will be able to, keep it going here right now. For the Sixers here, 9 and 2-15. The standings currently, the Sixers are in 9th place, but they're really 7.5 games clear of 11th place Milwaukee. So they're going to make it. It's just a matter of they're going to be a 9 seed or a 10 seed. I know I beat this already to death, but you really can't be a 9 or a 10 seed in the play-in game. Your percentage chances have gone dramatically. It is a short, the way that the play-in works. I mean, you only have to get hot for a couple of games, but by the time the season wears down, those bottom teams, they're just out of gas, really. In the 7 and 8 are really the teams that are, stronger in that format. So we'll see. The Sixers right now are tied for 8th with the Hawks. They have an exact same record, but the Hawks have won 8 in a row, and the Sixers continue to struggle here a little bit right now. Sixers come in here 35 and 31. Brooklyn just 17 and 49 here currently. Brooklyn off back-to-back losses against Detroit and Atlanta. They did get the money against Atlanta the other night. Philadelphia, meanwhile, coming off a loss to Detroit. did beat Memphis before that, but they've had some struggles here as well. Still, Philadelphia 21-14 against the spread as a favorite. Brooklyn just 26-35 ATS as an underdog, and 14-20 ATS on the road here. These two teams have met already in their other three contests. The Sixers did win two of them, but Brooklyn won last time out at Philadelphia. But all three meetings were before the turn of the calendar year, actually. Philadelphia was able to win and cover in a pair of games at Brooklyn, but Brooklyn was the team that won and covered at Philly. So really the road team has been the team that has gotten the money, at least, in the first three games of the series this season. All right. For Brooklyn here, they are just 5-14 against the spread. Their last 19 games against Philadelphia, they've covered just 4 of their last 14 games overall right now. Philadelphia 1-5-1 though against the spread in their last 7 games. They really haven't even been winning very often of late, just 2-5 straight up in their last 7. Philadelphia has won 12 of the last 17 meetings at home against Brooklyn, but Philly just 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games overall here at home. So can they get the 9 here in the tankathon when, they, like I said, they're having trouble getting their regular lineup in here? Still going to be a considerable favorite. Brooklyn, Michael Porter Jr. is doubtful in this one. Sharp is out. Drake Powell, he's out. Agbaji, probable. Williams, probable. And Traore, probable here for Brooklyn. For Philadelphia, Tyrese Maxey is still out. Drummond, questionable. Bona, questionable. So we've got a big hole in the middle here, it looks like, for Philly, with Embiid out as well still. And Oubre will be out here. So, yeah, we got some makeshift lineups in here for sure. It does feel like Philadelphia is kind of burning low here, but they do get an easier game here against the Brooklyn Nets. We can go to the chat and see how you guys have it in this one. I still think that the Sixers might be able to take this one by double digits, but let's go to the chat here. I just don't think I want any part of the Nets still. All right, let's see who we got here in this one. It's going to be Cal Dog. He likes the Nets with the points. Mr. Weskers says, got to still try the Sixers here. Cal Dog says they'll win, but don't cover. Fish Den says going to lean with Brooklyn. Can't lay 9 right now with these Sixers, the way things are going with them. Got to like the under here in this one. Zach Sanders is here today. Says, will the Florida Gators win tomorrow? Timmy Two Shoes here. Let's see. G League matchup because of the injury report. Nets there for Timmy possibly. And let's see here. Dashik, stay away from this one. Paul George, is it time? I mean, come on. How many games has it been for Paul George? Isn't it time for Paul George to be back here yet? Hasn't it been 25 games yet right now? Man, I'm kind of curious about that. How many games does Paul George have left on his suspension? I just got to know. All right. Keep it moving here right now. Let's see. Eligible return in 11 days, I think it says here. 11 days there. They only have 10 games left, so he'll just be playing the final stretch of the season. Okay. All right. Let's see. Anybody else here in the chat? Timmy says maybe you can look to Edgecombe to have a big game here in this one. I'm going to go ahead and take the Sixers here. I still have this as a tankathon game, and I'm going to take Philly to get it done. There's no doubt that some of these tankathon games, the number gets a little too high, but I'm gonna have to take one side or the other, and I would think the Sixers to me the only solution here. I did see who said under there. I don't know. I know the number's low, and usually these low numbers have been staying under right now. But gosh, I would think that nobody's going to be able to defend in this game. All right, thanks a lot. We're underway here in the NBA. Next up, that one, by the way, is at 1:10 Eastern, 10:10 Pacific. 3:10 Eastern, 12:10 Pacific, with the Milwaukee Bucks taking on those red hot Atlanta Hawks. Man, take me back here with the Hawks. Milwaukee fumbling and stumbling to the finish here. Like I said, they're not totally in the tankathon yet, but they might as well be. I don't think that you're going to see the Milwaukee Bucks getting anything going here. It feels like right now, and they're 6 games back of 10th place Charlotte. We know Charlotte's been hot. The Hawks have won 8 in a row coming in here right now. And not only that, they're covering almost all of them. They did fail against Brooklyn last out, but they were favored by 15.5. They won easily. 108-97, got it done. Bucks, meanwhile, 3 straight losses here to Orlando, Phoenix, and Miami. Yeah, tough teams there, but you're Milwaukee. You're not winning these games because you're just not good enough right now, and they're only getting 8 points here against the Hawks, total 231. Atlanta's covered 8 of their last 10 games coming into this one. Meanwhile, for Milwaukee, they're just 3-7. ATS in their last 10 games. In fact, Milwaukee's 1-7 straight up, 1-7 against the spread in their last 8 games overall. Atlanta, meanwhile, with their 8-game winning streak, 7-1 against the spread in those games. Atlanta's won 7 straight at home. Atlanta's gone under in 8 of their last 11 games. Milwaukee's gone under in 10 of their last 13 games on the road here. Milwaukee just 14-18 against the spread on the road. They're also 10-22 to the under on the road are the Milwaukee Bucks. Atlanta 13-20 to the under at home. These two teams solid unders, but they did play an over just about 10 days ago, 131-113. Milwaukee got the win as a 1-point dog in Milwaukee. Milwaukee did win a January meeting in Atlanta, 112-110, as a 1.5-point dog in their first 2 meetings. So a little bit of a splitsy there as the road teams won in those 2 games so far between the clubs this season. Milwaukee's 4-1 against the spread their last 5 games on the road against Atlanta, but are they really going to have anything here for the Hot Hawks tonight? Let's hear from you in the chat and see what you think here with Atlanta laying it maybe in the tankathon here. Like I said, I don't think Milwaukee has much left here right now. Giannis has been in there, but as soon as they're eliminated, I mean, you got to just get him back on the bench. In fact, he is questionable for this game too. So we'll see if he's in. Uzamain Dang, he's questionable. Kevin Porter, questionable. Kuminga is out for Atlanta. Dyson Daniels, probable here in this matchup. Let's hear from you in the chat if you have a pick with the Bucks and Atlanta. That's how we do it here on Night Moves. I make a little preview and I get your opinions on the game, and then I see whose opinion I like, and then maybe I go with it. All right. Mr. Wesker's coming in. He's got the Bucks on the money line. He thinks it's a little time for an upset here. He said after the Hawks beat them there by 18, that should be enough motivation to get a top effort, at least from the Bucks here. Let's see here. Mr. Wesker thinks Giannis will have a big night. Hope he's in there. Hope he's not injured here right now. I think they're just managing his minutes and his time. Like I said, I think as soon as the Bucks are really done, I think it's going to be it for Giannis here in the regular season. Let's see here. Timmy, I think Timmy likes this as a high-scoring. He likes it as a high-scoring game, despite, Milwaukee does not play very many. I mean, they are a total under team on the road for sure. This is where they have problems, it seems like. Milwaukee, like I said, with those 3 straight losses here right now. Atlanta here for the Sheik. Fish Den likes Atlanta, but maybe just too many points. And let's see here. Bucks for the points for Cal Dog. And Mr. Weskers does not like Mr. Kuminga. I think there's no doubt he's looked incredible when he's out there, but if you can't make it out there on the field, on the court, right, what good are you? And Fishden says Atlanta's the team with the good defense, right? Maybe it'll be 134 to 114. Man, I don't know if I see it that way. I've got this one as an under here at 231. I got to go under with Milwaukee and Atlanta here on Night Moves. All right, let's keep it moving here. I got a 7-game card tonight in the NBA. We got another game in the Tankathon. It's the Washington Wizards taking on the Boston Celtics. Celtics have actually lost 2 in a row here right now. Celtics with losses to San Antonio and OKC. So I guess they're not going to win the championship. But sure looks like they could get there right now, especially with Tatum back. He's looked fine here so far. They lost these key games, but they're going to get an easy one here, supposedly, with the Washington Wizards coming in. The Celtics are favored by almost 20 points in this one. In fact, this line it's 19.5 or 20 here, wherever you look. Oh, man, that's the biggest spread of the season for sure right now. Total here, oops, that's just a typo. The total is actually 229. It didn't go up 9 points. It's just I can't see because I'm old. Let me fix my sheet, though, here. 229. I knew that. For Boston here, been a solid cover right now. They are 27-20 against the spread as a favorite. They're 0-0 as favorites of 20 points this season. Boston is 39-27 against the spread. Washington 27-38 ATS, including just 11-21 ATS on the road. They're actually nearly 500 ATS. Let's see, 16-17 at home, but on the road it's been a different story here. Also, Washington 25-35 ATS as an underdog. Boston really controls you here with pace. They are 16-31 to the under as a favorite. Washington's mostly an over team overall, 33-27 to the over as a dog, also 18-14 to the over on the road. So you do have contrast here between these two teams. But for the Celtics here, they come in 10-3 against the spread in their last 13 overall. Washington, they're on a massive losing streak. They haven't won in a month. They are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 overall, 4-10-1 last 15 ATS against Boston here. Washington's gone over in 6 of their last 7, but Boston's gone under in 6 of their last 7. The series is a bit of an over, 8-4 to the over in the last 12. Boston won the last meeting 146-101 at Washington. It was last December. They've actually only met twice, and they were both before the turn of the calendar. Boston won 136-107 in November as a 13-point favorite. So combined in the 2 victories here, 45 points and 29 points. They won the 2 meetings by 74. The previous meeting was a Boston win by 34 last year. They also beat them by 14. They also beat them by 12. Although they didn't cover in those, it's still 3 straight covers for Boston, and we're in the Tankathon. So, oh boy, 19 here. Is that enough for the Wizards to pull one off here? There was one time change. I'm going to have to squeeze it in here. I think I messed it up a little bit, but it's the next game, so I'll mention that here in just a moment. Let me hear from you in the chat in this one, and let's see what you think. Like I said, we preview the game. If you got a team that's in the playoffs, that's what the Boston Celtics are right now. They're certainly in the playoffs. They are currently 5 games behind Detroit. It just seems like they keep slipping there a little bit, and Detroit's going to be able to hang on. In fact, the Celtics are just 1 game ahead of the Knicks for second place here right now. Let's go to the chat all-star, chat pros here, and see what we got from the crew. Cal Dog may like the over, I think, here in this one. Too many points in this one. Cal Dog says even this is too many points. Queta to go over. What a player he's been here, doing a great job for Boston. Fish Den liking the over. Says Boston gets 80% of the points. They just beat them 148 to 101, right? Jaylen Brown. What's going on with Jaylen Brown? I mean, this guy, you think of him as kind of mild-mannered, but not anymore. I mean, he's hard to figure what he's even thinking out there. Just play the game. Play within the game. You're one of the best players in the game. Don't worry about what's going on with the officials. All right, let's see. Under in Brown's point total, maybe for Timmy, and could be a spot that this one could go. Could it go way over here? Is what Fish Dan is kind of hinting at in this matchup. I think it is probably an over here. Now the spread is probably getting. I mean, even I gotta draw the line here. I think in the tankathon, but I always like to pick a side, or hey, there's a fine line. It's just a matter of is that motivation there to get it by 19. I will say this: last April, that game that I mentioned, 124 to 90, Boston. They were a 19-point favorite in that game at home, and the total in that game was 227.5. So a very similar situation. It was at the very end of the season, not with 20 or less than 20 games remaining, but Boston was able to put it down on them there. So, look, I'm going to go ahead and take a side here. I mean, a total here. I do want to take Boston kind of, but I'm going to take the over. I agree. Let's go over in this one with Washington and Boston. Okay. Brown versus Reps all season, right? I mean, focus on what you can control and not what you can't, right? The one thing about the officials, it's kind of like, when you're in a ball game, and then the ball hits the official or something, it's just part of the field, right? And Brown doesn't even seem like the type of player that the officials, some officials, probably have a little bit of thin skin, and some players, Draymond Green, might irritate officials and make like you said, if you whine enough, no wonder you don't get the calls, right? I mean, there's a reason why Draymond's always complaining. If you're the biggest complainer, you're never going to get the calls. All right. Timmy Chushu says the Celtics can dominate here. They'll be cruising along. Problem is, it'll be in the garbage time there to win the game, to cover the spread. All right, this game, let me correct something here real quick. We move to the next game, but I will mention this. Hornets and Spurs. This is a time change here, actually, to 3:30 Pacific, 12:30. Let me get it right here, gang.
Final.
3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific here in this one with Charlotte and San Antonio. And why not? Why not move this to the prime? I believe this is the prime video game of the day here with this hot Charlotte team. Salon is out. McNeely is out. Kobe White is probable. Kalkbrenner probable. Wembanyama is questionable here for this game. And we'll see how that affects the Spurs here as a favorite. Dylan Harper, questionable as well. Lindy Waters, probable, but the Spurs favored in this one by 5.5 total, 229. Maybe Charlotte is healthy enough or healthy here. Winners of 2 in a row. That was just a little hiccup when they lost back-to-back games there. Now they've won against Portland and Sacramento. Hornets are starting to get a little too cocky, maybe. They've actually failed to cover 4 straight games right now. They lost the games to Miami and Phoenix, and they didn't cover in these last 2 wins against, not great teams in Portland and Sacramento, even though Portland's been okay still. Charlotte's been terrific. Great cover overall, 41-26. one of the best cover records in the league, 22-14 against the spread on the road, 27-17 against the spread as an underdog. San Antonio, though, 18-13 against the spread at home, 37-28 ATS. Overall here, two teams that win, two teams that cover. Charlotte, what a turnaround in this season for these guys. They've won 8 of their last 10, but failed to cover those 4 straight. Charlotte is 8-2 in their last 10 games against the Charlotte Hornets. I always loved this matchup. One time I was on a working a trade show circuit way back in the day when the
final.
I was pretty much a kid, 22, 23 years old, going around the country to trade shows, and went to see the Hornets and the Spurs. I remember the game went overtime, and they had Tim Duncan. That was even David Robinson team there. So anyways, I got the Spurs here. Let's see what you got. The Spurs are 13-15 ATS in their last 18. They've won 16 of 18. 6 of the last 9 meetings between these two teams have gone over. San Antonio's gone over in 4 of their last 5. Charlotte, though, has gone under in 5 of their last 7. They're also 15-28 to the under as a dog. These two teams are mostly under teams, even though San Antonio's been putting up these overs here of late. There are 22-27 to the under as a favorite, and 29-38 to the under overall. So what do you think here? This is a featured game here all of a sudden on Saturday between the Charlotte Hornets and the San Antonio Spurs. Let's go to the chat here, see if anybody has anything here in this one. All right. Cal Dog here, he likes the Spurs. Mr. Western says the Charlotte Hornets are regressing here. The Charlotte Hornets have won 8 of their last 10 games right now. They are one of the hottest teams in the league. All right, let's see here. Maybe an over here for Timmy Two Shoes. Mr. Western is not a believer in this Charlotte team.
Final.
Under maybe for Fish Den here. These are 2 under teams. Okay, let's see here. And let's see. Fish Den says, don't get off the hype train of this team. San Antonio is the real deal as long as Wemby's on the court. But will he be on the court tomorrow? I'm sure he will be on the court tomorrow. He's a pretty, he's a tough player. Think of him as kind of a slight of build, but yeah, he's built himself up this year. But like I said, still on the injured list here, at least for heading into the game. On the injured list for this game, it's an ankle turn. So, all right, let's see here. Timmy says the ball and his assists. And Mr. Westwood says that, whenever you see the spread, right, it always starts with the spread a little bit, right? And then that's our measuring stick, no doubt about it. All right. Hey, in this one, I'm taking the Charlotte Hornets in this one. Give me the Hornets here between San Antonio and Charlotte. I do think here, I do like the total. I might like it pretty strong here right now at 229, but I might save it for a premium here. I'm going to take the Hornets here in this one, plus the points against San Antonio. All right, let's see here. And no Wemby, definitely an under there. I think he can make it, though. Kadepel to be D'd up by the Spurs. And Fish 10 says, time to not ride the train right now. Mr. Westwood says if Wemby's out, how many points will the line move? Right. I mean, I would think a few points for sure. All right. Now we're into later evening action right now. Next up, got a Florida battle here with the Magic and the Heat. The Heat at home favored by 3.5, total 235. Speaking of hot teams, talked about these teams right here as all these Eastern Conference upstarts, and these guys. One of these teams is going to lose a winning streak here because they both have been scorching hot right now. Heat favored by 3.5. This could easily be one of the featured games as well here, but this is just I think it is a regional telecast for the Magic here. Uh, uh, Jonathan Isaac is out. Leaky Black, he's out of this game for Miami. Normie Powell still out right now. Franz Wagner still out too before Orlando, by the way. Tyler Hero questionable. Andrew Wiggins out. Jovic is out for Miami. Drew Smith is probable here in this one. So Miami favored by 3.5 right now. Miami 8-2. ATS in their last 10 games are also 21-13 against the spread at home. Orlando, it's funny that we think of them as, and they're playing great. They're winning all these games. They've had a real successful year, really. 37-28. They've really come on this year, but they're still just 29-36 against the spread. They're actually overrated, although they are 11-11 against the spread as an underdog. So that's, obviously a little bit of the better role for them. Let me see what you think here in this one. You got Miami here, 7 straight wins and covers. Orlando with 6 straight wins. Orlando's 8-4. ATS in their last 12. Orlando didn't cover the last game there against Washington the other night, winning by 5, and they were favored by 14. But they were covering some other games against some decent teams. Again, they won as dogs against Cleveland and Minnesota, and they covered easily against Milwaukee on the road. Miami, though, they're just knocking them out here. They just crushed Milwaukee, Washington, Detroit, Charlotte, Brooklyn is part of this great run right now. Miami and the Magic have gone over in 6 of their last 9 meetings overall. This totals at 235 here in this one. You'd think, man, feels like it still could be a high-scoring game. These aren't necessarily big-time over teams, but they did go over in a meeting back in January, 133-124. Orlando got the win on the road. It did go under when they met back in December in 2 December meetings, 117-108 and 106-105. Orlando has dominated the series, actually winning, like I said, all 3 meetings so far this season, and even back to last season there. All right, let's see what you have in the chat with Orlando taking on Miami here on Saturday night. Okay, we've got here Cal Dog, Magic on the money line. Mr. Westers is going to lay it here with the Heat. Says the Magic ready to probably ready to lose. They've been hot. Time for them to get a lesson here. And, Miami, when you get a team like Miami with a little bit of momentum here, let's see here. Fish Den, he likes it over in this one. And Timmy Two Shoes says Magic plus the points. And let's see here. Magic, Jimmy says they got their key guys in the game. Hello to Richie Rich in the chat. All right. And I'll take the over in this one with Orlando and Miami. I've got this one as a very high-scoring game, and I'll take over 235 in this one. We're going to go out west for a couple of games here late with those Denver Nuggets taking on the LA Lakers. Lakers, winners of 4 straight right now, and Denver's won a couple in a row as well. But the Lakers here, winners over Indiana, New York, Minnesota, and Chicago, covered them all. 2 of them, they were underdogs there at home against Minnesota and New York. Still were able to get the win. Denver here, back-to-back wins against Houston and San Antonio, covering the spread in both. They just played the 3 best teams, really, I guess, in the West. When you talk about OKC, Houston, and San Antonio, they lost to OKC, actually, but actually covered the spread in that one. Denver is 23-13 against the spread on the road. Lakers are 19-15 against the spread at home. Lakers not a great dog, 10-16 ATS overall there, but Denver's not a great favorite, 21-22 ATS. Denver's won 4 of its last 6, covered 4 of their last 5. They've gone over in 14 of their last 20 games overall. Lakers are 7-1 straight up and against the spread in their last 8 games. 11 of the last 15 meetings between these two teams have gone under. Lakers have gone under in 5 of their last 7 right now. But these two teams are over teams for sure all season long. Only recently is the Lakers having this little bit of underrun of late. I would think it still is an over game here, but I'm taking the Lakers again here against the Nuggets. Give me the Lake Show plus the points in this one. I'll take them at home here in this game. Let me check the injury report real quick because you got Jamal Murray. He is probable in this game. Peyton Watson, let's see, Aaron Gordon, probable. Good to see him back in there. That's going to be a big boost right now for Denver. I'm not saying they're looking for extra help, but the fact they missed those games, and Denver still, look, they're the overlooked team, it seems like here, because we know the Thunder's been incredible. We know the Spurs are just doing a terrific job as well. So it does feel like the Nuggets, we've been there and done that. Now we got one of our big pieces back. So going to be a good finish here in the West and good playoffs. Maxi Kleber is out for the Lakers. Jackson Hayes probable. Marcus Smart, he is upgraded here. Also, Hayes and Smart both upgraded there on the injury report for the Lakers here. Let's go to the chat. Here we've got, let's see. Nuggets for Cal Dog. Jokic with a triple-double. Fade the Lakers, says Mr. Weskers tonight. Got the big matchup between Brown and LaRavia. Mr. Weskers, he loves Jamal Murray. He loves those Canadians. Want to say hello to B11 in the chat. Hey, good morning to B11. Welcome. Thank you for joining us here on Night Moves. Is that the Lakers? Is that Lakers? What is that? Is that Lakers? Championship banner? All right. Lakers haven't played anybody, Ramon, in the last 5 games. Who they played? Look, they played the Bulls. They're no good. Minnesota, they're probably overrated. The Knicks, they'll probably fade in the end. Indiana, they're not making the playoffs. And Denver. So really Fish Den discrediting Minnesota, the Knicks, and Denver there. Okay. Knicks terrible on the road. Denver a good team, says Fish Den. All right. And I guess for that one, we got one more. One more. Hey, you got 2 arenas, you're going to have 2 games. You're not going to fight for this crowd. I mean, Clipper fans probably don't want the Lakers. Which game would, which game would Mr. Goldstein go to if he had his druthers? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Okay, here we go with the Kings taking on the Clippers. Which game would Mr. Goldstein go to? Will he be out there tomorrow? We'll see plenty of Mr. Goldstein in the weeks to come. All right, the Clippers have won 4 straight games coming into this one. They're 13-point favorites here in the Tankathon. Clippers are 17-15 against the spread at home. Kings 12-21 ATS on the road. I think you got to just look at the Tankathon games for the most part, but Sacramento's been a little bit warm here. They beat Chicago. They beat Indiana at home. Give them credit for beating those other lackluster teams. They did cover at home against the Hornets the other night, getting 14.5. For the Clippers here, they've been still hot. They did not cover against the Bulls last night. 119-108. Did not get it done. It did stay under there. But before that, they beat Minnesota and covered. They beat the Knicks and covered. Did not cover in the win against Memphis. So just 2-2 against the spread in the 4-game winning streak as far as the injuries are concerned in this game, you've got the Kings here. Monk is questionable. Carter is out. Russ is probable. Yeah, several of the players are already out, mostly for the season, it looks like. John Collins still out here for the Clippers right now. Darius Garland looks like he'll be in here for the Clippers. That's the thing about this Clippers team right now with the addition of Garland and the departure of James Harden. When you took Garland for Harden, your guy's favorite in the chat, but it changed the Clippers from a slow under team to a fast tempo, high scoring team. And it hasn't really affected them negatively or anything like that. These two teams have met a couple times already. Clippers won 114 to 111 last month. Did not cover at Sacktown, but they covered at home 131 to 90 and blew them out there in December. Clippers are 7-3 to the over in their last 10. Kings are 28-32 to the under as an underdog. What do you think here, Clippers, in the Tankathon game against Sacramento? Is it enough here, 13.5? I'm going to go with the Clippers to roll the Kings here at home. I'll take the Clippers and lay it in the Tankathon. Not many comments probably on this one. Clippers will light the beam. Minnesota and the Knicks will be a problem, says Mr. Weskers. That's it for the NBA. All right, we'll go to the college basketball next. There's we're into some live action here right now. I think I got some picks. Anybody want to play a little down under here right now? We got action in the AFL coming up with a couple of games here, and we've also got some rugby league coming up as well. There's a match I'm watching here right now in NRL with late second half, high scoring game here. Melbourne 28-20 over St. George. Good game here coming up. Penrith and the Cronulla Sharks in that one. I'm going to take Cronulla Sharks, actually. Let me get the line here. Anybody want to go down under with me and play some rugby and some Australian football overnight here? I will. Thank you very much. Let me get the line here in this one. I'm going to take the Cronulla Sharks here Cronulla Sharks plus 6.5 against Penrith Panthers. And I'm going to go here under 44.5 in that game. So I'm taking Cronulla as a dog and Penrith. And also in the AFL coming up here live, two games here will be played simultaneously. And I think one of them here, let me see, the main game here, as far as the TV, the TV coverage is concerned, is going to be Brisbane and Sydney on Fox Sports 2. And then the other game, but let me get the lines here. So Brisbane and Sydney, I'm going to take Brisbane here, plus 16.5 points against Sydney. The total is 188.5. And I'm going to go over as my total in that one. So giving you a side, a total if you want to play it. I'm taking Brisbane plus 16.5 and over 189.5. And then in the other game that starts up, let's see here, just a couple minutes after that, it'll be Collingwood and Adelaide. And I like Adelaide. They're plus 8.5 in this one. This one's kind of going up late here, though, but I'm going to take Adelaide, and I'm going to go under 173.5 in that one. So I got Adelaide plus 8.5 and under. All right, down under. Okay, I'm going to go to college basketball next. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you want to play along with me there. And Mr. Wesker's ready for some women's rugby. And let's see there. Okay, and Fish Den wants more rules on rugby. Two different sports, right? When you got the footy and the rugby. All right, Timmy Tucci is ready to go with the KBO. Ready to get ready rolling in the season with the KBO here. Okay, I'll make it a point to make sure here on Night Moves that we got maybe some KBO picks as well. Why not have some late night action? That's when we're here, so might as well bet some live games while we're here. Okay, let's go to the college baskets here. We've got a big card or good card here. I've got several games to look at actually on the card. They're just getting underway here now with the Brisbane Lions and the Sydney Swans. All right, let's go in order here right now with our matchups in college basketball. We'll start with the earliest of the championship games here, and that means starting at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific time here, getting the festivities started on Saturday's championship games with the Vermont Catamounts taking on the Maryland Baltimore County Retrievers. College basketball championship here in the America East. Baltimore County is favored by 3.5. The total 136.5 here in this one. Of course, both teams are going to come in relatively hot here right now on winning streaks. Baltimore County, the number 1 seed. UMBC, the number 2 seed.
Final.
Baltimore County's on a long winning streak right now, and they've also covered 5 straight games. Vermont's won 5 in a row, but just 2-4 against the spread for the Catamounts here. Over their last 6 games, they failed to cover against NJIT in their semifinal, 63-54. They were laying 10.5 in that one. Baltimore County is 18-11 against the spread. They've been covering everything here. 9-1 in their last 10 overall against the spread, beating all comers. They just crushed Lowell 31-69 and got the money there. These two teams met back in February here in Baltimore, and it was 75-62. The Retrievers won that one. They were 1.5-point dogs. The game at Vermont, though, was won by Vermont 64-55 in an under. Both games went under. Vermont was favored by 8.5 there in that one and did get the money. Baltimore County's gone under in 5 of their last 7. 7 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams have gone under, and Vermont's gone under in 5 of their last 6 games overall. So I got maybe a little bit of under city, it feels like, with these two teams. Let's see how you have it, though, in the chat, and then I'll make my call. But let me know, Vermont and Baltimore County, we've already seen this total go down a couple of points here from 138, 138.5. Right now, and Baltimore County took the move as well. They opened some spots as low as 1.5 here, and now it's 3.5. Here we go with some picks here from the chat pros. All right, and it's going to be Timmy Two Shoes ready to go with Vermont here. Fish Den already has it under. He likes it under. And says that line's moved there. 139. He got a 139.5. And I'm seeing already some 136.5. That's how much it's moved here right now. Richie Rich liking Baltimore County at home in this one. All right. Hey, I got to take the under in this one. I like the under with Vermont and Baltimore County. Next up, we're going to the MEAC here. 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 Pacific with North Carolina Central taking on Howard. Howard, how did Howard get that money yesterday? Man, Howard turned it on there and got the money. They were favored by, 16 by the time the game went off? Did it land 16 or did it Let me take a look here with these two, with NC Central taking on Howard. Yeah, Howard, they're on a winning streak here right now. They did win that game 78-61, winning by 17, laying 16 in the end. It only went higher, but they got it done to keep that cover streak alive here. Howard's down to an 11.5-point favorite. Is that right? I thought it went up. Right now, the Bison are currently 11. Yep, 11 and a half or so. Total 145 and a half. It's definitely ticked up a little bit here. Maybe we can reflect that in the graphic here. Howard, winners over South Carolina State. They were got the berth into the semifinals for Central. They beat Maryland Eastern Shore and then beat Delaware State. Covered them both here in the tournament games. Central's so far just 13-12 against the spread this season. Howard's a terrific cover. 20-7 overall. They've covered, I don't know, they've covered, I think, 11, 12 in a row here right now. This team is on a roll here. 13-5 against the spread as a favorite. Now, it's a pretty big number, that's for sure, but gosh, they got it done yesterday. It's kind of hard to even think about fading them here. They have been so strong here of late. For Central, they did lose to Howard in both regular season meetings. Howard won at home 100-67 as they covered 12 and a half. They also covered at Central 83-69 is just a 2.5-point favorite. So all Howard really, and all Howard this season, it feels like right now. Bison really having a great year. They are 21-10 overall. Central's just 13-17 actually this season. And Howard's gone over in 7 of their last 10. Central's gone over in 6 of their last 10 right now. So let's see if you have a pick in this one with the MEAC championship with NC Central and Howard here. I feel like it's kind of getting away from Howard a little bit with this line, but man, they're so strong here right now. I'm going to go over in this one. I know the move's been on the under, but I'm going to go over here with NC Central and Howard at 145 and a half. And look, I'll make a pick on the side eventually here, but man, at least, hey, I guess you could say that you're getting maybe a discount with Howard, or the move has been on North Carolina Central here. You know, they've made it to the title game. They might not have been the best this season. They're still the number 3 seed, though, is Central. They weren't a big long shot upset pick or anything. Okay, let's go to the chat here and see what you have if you like this game. Howard's going to the dance. Fish Den liking the over as well. Howard should crush them here. Timmy Choo says, though, take Central in the first half. They can hang. Next title game coming up here is Prairie View A&M taking on the Southern Jaguars here. SWAC final in Atlanta. Here in this one is at. I might have got a border here a little bit. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. That's okay. We'll keep it right here with the added game, the extra board games there. That'll be the format, I guess. But there's some other games in between. We'll get right back to it. But let me at least get this one previewed here with Prairie View and Southern. Prairie View comes in 16-17. Southern comes in here 16-16. Southern's won 4 in a row, but Prairie View's been just as hot, if not hotter, here of late. For Prairie View here and their winning streak, they're covering them all. just beat Alabama A&M 74-55 as a 1.5-point dog. They beat Cookman 71-67 as a 5.5-point dog. Beat Alcorn 65-56 as a 6.5-point favorite. Prairie View's a long shot team in here, the 8th seed, but they've gotten hot at the right time right now. They're 19-10 against the spread overall, 8-2 against the spread in their last 10, 10-5 against the spread as an underdog. Meanwhile, for Southern, they're just 12-17 against the spread. This despite a 500 record this season and the number 3 seed here. We got kind of long shot teams. For Southern here also, just 5-12 against the spread as a favorite. How does Prairie View not come out on top here? Let's see how you have it. I gotta feel confident about Prairie View's chances. With their 6-game winning streak, they've covered 9 in a row. Prairie View is just 2-5 ATS in their last 7 games overall. Prairie View's gone over in 6 straight. Southern's gone over in 6 of 7. 4 of the last 6 meetings have gone over. Southern winners of 4 of 5, but not covering these numbers here right now. They did cover against FAMU, did not cover against Pine Bluff, covered against Alabama A&M. They're 3-2 ATS in the last 5, 3-1 ATS in the last 4, 4-1 straight up.
Final.
Southern's a big-time over team when favored 13-4 to the over. Prairie View 12-17 to the under overall. But, a little bit of contrast here because Prairie View's an under and Southern U has been a solid over here this season. But, Prairie View feels like it's a team with a little bit more momentum going right here. So I don't know if I think Prairie View is going to take this one. I'm going to take probably on the money line, but let's grab 3 points and take Prairie View A&M here against Southern U in the SWAC championship game. All right, and let's see here. We've got Timmy Two Shoes says take Prairie View A&M and grab the points. Real Madrid Doge is here tonight. Prairie View first half of the points there, Timmy said. Okay. Guess that's it in that one. Let's go to the main board because I screwed up the time and all the matchup there. But we're back on track. 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific as we go to the Big 12. For this one, Arizona got that last-second win. Houston's made it to the title game despite, some hiccups here along the way, but now they're on a roll once again. They're on a winning streak. Arizona's on a winning streak, of course. For Houston here, they've won 5 straight. Just 2-8, though, against the spread in their last 10 games overall. Maybe 2-7-1. Depends how you had it. But Arizona, 19-13 ATS, 15-12 ATS is a favorite. They've won 8 straight. Arizona's gone under in 11 of their last 16. Houston's gone under in 10 of their last 13 right now. Houston, 13-19 to the under overall. Arizona, 3-7 to the under in their last 10. 12-15 to the under is a favorite here. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone under. Arizona did win the matchup back in February. Is the only matchup of the season between the two as Houston lost at home to Arizona 73-68 here right now. Now Arizona does have some injury concerns coming into this game that could affect the line here. It's currently 2.5, 138.5. Let's see what the chat pros have to say here when Houston takes on Arizona in the Big 12 title game. All right, I'm ready to hear from you in the chat here with this one. And let's see what we got. Mr. Weskers here is on Arizona. Doge might be on Arizona as well. Timmy says, take the points. They're going to be valuable here. All right. I don't know. I'm going with Arizona in this one. Give me the Cats. Yeah, there is some uh, concern on the injury front, but I'm going to go ahead and take Arizona here to beat Houston and cover.
Critical notice.
All right, next up, we're going to go to the Mountain West. We just saw San Diego State win against Utah State. San Diego State is going to need to win the game in order to advance. They are going to be underdogs here, but it is a closely rated game here in Las Vegas. Utah State favored by 1.5. The total 146.5. I got to do it over because we chop these videos up and I got to have the right graphic. Mountain West Conference Championship game, San Diego State versus Utah State. San Diego State's going to need to win this game in order to make it to the NCAA tournament. Utah State's probably going to make it, even if they do lose to San Diego State. That doesn't go the other way around here. So let's see how you have it here. In fact, let me look at this total here. It's kind of gone down here a little bit from 148.5 to maybe 146, kind of showing both numbers at different books. You know what to do. But let's see how you have it here with SDSU taking on Utah State in this one. Does feel like this is what it was going to come down to. San Diego State just held off New Mexico 62-60 last night as New Mexico tried to inbound the ball, and San Diego State tried to catch it and ended up out of bounds, gave New Mexico one last chance with 0.9 seconds left. But the shot by my man, shot fake Jake, I think, took the shot and missed it. San Diego State winners up 3 in a row, but they have not covered in 2 of those games. They failed to cover in last night's game as well. San Diego State just 2-5 ATS as an underdog. Utah State, though, 12-16 against the spread as a favorite, 13-18 against the spread overall. Utah State, though, winning covers here in the tournament over Nevada and UNLV. They beat UNLV by 13, covering 6.5. They beat UNLV by 20, covering 8.5, and they beat Nevada by 16, covering 6.5. Utah State 17-11 to the over as a favorite. San Diego State, a little bit of overs here of late. Maybe this one could be an over here tonight, but let's hear from you in the chat. See how you guys have it in this one with Utah State and San Diego State here in Las Vegas, Mountain West Conference title game. All right, in the chat pros, let's see what you got. Fish Den has his pick there in the Ivy League. Thank you, Fish Den. Yeah, I didn't get around to previewing the Ivies, so thank you very much. And Mr. Westwood says San Diego's win was easy. Timmy Two Shoes like in Utah State here. And Richie Rich also here on Utah State. All right, I like the under in this one. I think it's getting down to business here. I saw San Diego State just 122 points in that game against New Mexico. I think we're back to some San Diego State action type of game, although San Diego State did win 89-72 at home back in February. The game in Utah was 71-66 in Logan. Utah State was a 6.5 point favorite in that one. I'll go under in this one. Mr. West says, Ramon, you got to pick San Diego State. That's your team. Yeah, I know. I probably should. And Peter's here. Oh, it's up one money. Up one money is Peter. All right. Got a couple more here, title games. We're moving on. We got the big one here. UConn, UConn here taking on St. John's in the Big East title game. Wow. Coach against Coach Hurley. Well, oh, man, Connecticut's so good here. I really want St. John's to beat this. I really want to root for St. John's. I don't know if I could do it. I think you're going to be on UConn probably here, but we'll preview it. Let's see if we can make excuses for St. John's here. They're obviously just as hot here, if not a little bit hotter. Remember, UConn lost to Marquette there the end of the season. They beat Xavier, though. They beat Georgetown, got the money. They covered against Georgetown there last night. Still, Connecticut's been overrated all season long. 11-21 against the spread this season. 10-17 against the spread as a favorite. Meanwhile, St. John's 18-14 against the spread. Underdogs for just the fourth time this season. St. John's with consecutive win and covers in the tournament here over Providence and Seton Hall. Connecticut won the meeting, member back in February, 72-40, as St. John's had a really low spot here for the Coach Pitino since he's been there. But other than that, it's been great. First meeting, though, St. John's won at home, 81-72. They were a 1.5-point dog there in that one. I'm going to take Connecticut in this game. Hate to do it, but going to take them. Connecticut is just 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 meetings against St. John's. Connecticut's just 6-13 against the spread in their last 19 overall. They're playing this one in the Garden. Maybe this will be it for St. John's here. They covered 4 out of their last 5. St. John's has gone under in 8 of their last 9 games coming in. Connecticut's gone over in 10 of their last 14. 10 of the last 15 meetings between these two teams have gone over. I'm taking the Connecticut Huskies.
Final.
Oh, hate to do it, but I'm going to do it. Taking UConn here. All right. See what you got. Chat pros here. Lots of opinions on this one for sure. Mr. West goes on Hurley. Maybe that's his pick. Maybe just talking about Hurley. UConn just keeps slapping people around. Just keep beating up the teams here. Timmy says the mad-faced coaches. Oh yeah, but I'm a Pitino guy. I'm not a Hurley guy. Okay. See here, there's only one UConn loss, a different story in the Natty. That's it for that one. Oh boy. All right, next up. Hey, let's go to the MAC. We got the MAC final. Miami of Ohio. Oh, not Miami of Ohio. It's Toledo and Akron. Akron, the best team in the MAC. Everybody, take a bow. Take a bow. Akron, they get their just due in the end. They're in the championship game. We know Miami of Ohio is probably going to find a way into the tournament. But Akron, if they don't win, they're not going to be inviting them to the tournament. They got to win this game. And Toledo comes in here with just the 4th seed, 18-14 overall coming into this one. Kind of ironic, huh, for Toledo to beat UMass and handle them there, 77-67 to get that win and money in UMass. I thought UMass would play well again, but Toledo got the money, got the win. Akron, meanwhile, clobbered Kent 75-68, or clobbered them. They beat them by 7, covered 6.5. They also beat Buffalo, did not cover in their first game of the conference tournament here for the Zips. They've won 9 in a row, covered 4 of their last 5. Zips have gone under in 5 straight. Meanwhile, for Toledo here, 6-1 straight up, 4-1 against the spread. Their last 5 games overall there. 14-6 against the spread. Their last 20 against Akron. 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone over. But Toledo has gone under in 8 of their last 12 coming in. This one's at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific time on ESPN2. See what you've got here with Toledo taking on Akron. Toledo comes in here. They're terrific underdogs, 10-3 against the spread overall as a dog. Akron just 15-14 against the spread as a favorite. Toledo's 13-17 to the under. They're also 5-8 as an underdog against the spread. Akron, though, 13-18 is an underdog as a favorite to the under. Sorry, 13-18 to the under as a favorite. I'm going to take the Toledo Rockets here in this one to cover against Akron. I think they can stay within the 7 points here. I like Toledo to cover. Okay, Mr. Wesker says Akron wins. And Jimmy says, how does this one not go over with these two teams? Yeah, I don't know. Look, the first meeting was an over 91-81 at Akron. Akron won it as a 12.5 point favorite. They did not cover. And Timmy says he'll take Toledo first half, but the Zips can get him in the end. Says maybe the 3.5 points will be good enough. Hey, we're not done with championship action here tonight. Come on. We've got to go to the ACC with Virginia taking on Duke in this one. Total 135.5. Duke favored by 8.5 here in this one. Duke comes in here with a win there last night, 75-61 over Clemson. They were able to get it done there and got the money. Virginia, meanwhile, beat Miami 84-62, covering 3.5. Both teams pretty hot here. Virginia's won 4 in a row, covered the last 2. Virginia an underdog for just the 5th time this season. They are 3-1 against the spread, although Virginia also 3-7 ATS in their last 10. Duke, meanwhile, 18-14 against the spread. Overall here, got 2 solid under teams, that's for sure. But the move, look, I think the move's actually been to the over here. 130, open 135. It's either 136 or 137 right now. But Duke's 11-21 to the under this season, 7-14 to the under at home. Duke is 9-17 to the under as a favorite. Virginia trends under, even though we're supposed to think of them as a higher tempoed team, faster tempoed team. Virginia just 1-3 to the under as a dog. Just a dog for the 4th time, actually, this season. UVA 13-19 to the under overall. Let's see what you got here in this one between Duke and Virginia. Duke got the money there yesterday. A lot of people said they were trying to pull the conference tournament version of a tank, that they didn't need to win the game and they would help themselves if they didn't. I don't know how that makes any sense. Let's go to the chat here. So Mr. Westford says Duke really isn't covering very many games. They failed the 2 previous in this. Okay, and Timmy says, "How? Come on, Virginia's getting all these points here." And Timmy says, "It's got to be Virginia in the points. You got to take Virginia here, don't you? They can hang here against Duke." I agree. And Duke also has some little bit of injury woes here, even more. Right now you've got if Chakwu is questionable here for Duke, the center, and Caleb Foster, that's the big one. He's out with that broken foot. You basically have your point guard out of here for until further notice. We don't have a timetable for Caleb Foster right now, and he's been, a great player for Duke this year. That's a big, big concern here for the Duke Blue Devils with Foster out of this game. And it really looks like it hasn't even affected the line. Now, maybe, we knew he was out, so, when they issued the line, but you'd think a player of his caliber here would be a little bit of a factor, and maybe it wouldn't be upwards of 8.5 here right now, but it was. For Foster here, that's going to be really unfortunate. I mean, he is a critical player here. He's missed both the Florida State game and the Clemson game. So, look, it didn't really affect him there too much. They still got the wins, but he's out of this game. I'll take the Virginia Cavaliers to get the money here. I just don't know if they've adjusted for this injury. It's easy to say, hey, you're Duke. You just put another guy in there. But, Duke really hasn't been a team that plays with a lot of depth. They pretty much go with their core group, and that's been it for the most part. With Boozer, Evans, Ngongba, don't forget as well. Yes, Foster, Sarr, and Caden Boozer as well. I mean, there's really been a lot of those guys in there. You got Brown. Okay. Keep it going here. Conference championship games. We're going to go next. We're going to go to Conference USA, where Kennesaw is going to take on Louisiana Tech, and nearly a toss-up here in this one. Kennesaw might be just about a 1-point favorite, 1.5. Total 140.5 here. Kennesaw with a couple of wins in a row coming into this one. Kennesaw with wins over Western Kentucky and Sam Houston. They did get the money there in that one. Kennesaw, you got to like their coach Petaway. This guy does a really good job. They were, kind of had a little bit of a tailspin there at the end, but they came in a conference tournament, got their 2 wins, and here they are. They are the number 6 seed coming in, and Louisiana Tech the number 4 seed. So have a little bit of a surprise entries here. Kennesaw's just 13-16 against the spread this season. Louisiana Tech is 16-12 against the spread. Louisiana Tech's on a 4-game win and cover streak, including tournament wins over Middle Tennessee and Missouri State. These two teams met twice this season, and the home team won both. Louisiana Tech won at home by 6 as a 1.5-point dog. Kennesaw won at home, did not cover in that game, actually. So it's going to be close, man. What do you think? This is obviously a toss-up here right now, and you probably wouldn't be wrong one way or the other. But you got to pick somebody here. And Kennesaw does come in here just 5-10 against the spread. Their last 15 games overall, Kennesaw's won 6 of their last 8. Louisiana Tech's won 5 of their last 6, 4-1 ATS in their last 5 games overall. Louisiana Tech's gone over in 5 of their last 6, but Kennesaw's gone under in 5 of their last 7. Louisiana Tech is 8-10 to the under as a dog, but Kennesaw's 10-8 to the over as a favorite. Oh boy, let's see what you have here with Kennesaw and Louisiana Tech here in the Conference USA Championship game, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific time. In this one, I'm going with the under here with Kennesaw and Louisiana Tech. I got to go under with these two. The regular season win for Kennesaw did go under when they were at home. The game at Louisiana Tech did go over. All right, let's see here. Timmy Two Shoes liking Louisiana Tech. All right, next up, we're going to go to Hawaii, taking on UC Irvine. This is the Big West final here in Henderson. Just a short jaunt for me with Hawaii coming in 22-8, really looking strong. But UC Irvine, 22-10 coming in, and Irvine is the favorite here by 2. Number 1 seeded Irvine, number 2 seeded Hawaii coming in. Irvine 17-13 against the spread this season. Hawaii just 11-17 against the spread. Still a great record, 22-8 overall, but well under 500 ATS. Hawaii comes in having won 5 of their last 6 games. They're just 4-8 against the spread. In their last 12, Hawaii's 0-6 against the spread. Their last 6 games against the Anteaters. Anteaters are 5-0 straight up in ATS in their last 5 games. Irvine's gone under in 12 of their last 18. Hawaii has gone over in 5 of their last 6. 10 of the last 15 games between the two teams have gone under. Irvine is 8-16 to the under as a favorite here. So let's see how you have this one between Hawaii and Irvine here in Las Vegas. Henderson. All right, Mr. Wester's here. Irvine, maybe for him. I don't know. And Timmy's not sure either here, maybe, with this one. All right, leave it to me. I'll make the call. 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific in this one with Hawaii and Cal Irvine. All right. Hey, I got to take the Eaters in this one. Give me UC Irvine. I'll lay the 2 here. I think it's 2.5 actually. So grade me at 2.5 here. I'm going to take UC Irvine in this one. All right, we're going to the WAC championship game, the WAC-offs here with Utah Valley -3, total 142 here with Utah Valley. They didn't get the money last night. I was on with the drive-through. I thought it would be a blowout actually, but they never really got started there in that game against Arlington, although it did go, although they did get the win, obviously. Utah Valley comes in here 24-7, the number 1 seed. Cal Baptist 23-8. They're the number 2 seed coming in. Cal Baptist is 17-14 against the spread here this season. Utah Valley just 13-15 actually coming into this one. You got a Cal Baptist team that is 11-20 to the under this season, but Utah Valley is 15-11 to the over as a favorite. The teams won their games on their respective home courts this season. Utah Valley won 65-46. They covered 8.5. Cal Baptist won at home 78-70 as they covered as a 1.5-point dog in that one. So see what you have here with this matchup. Our last championship game of the night, and it will be at midnight Eastern and 9 Pacific time at the Orleans here in Las Vegas. Cal Baptist has won and covered 5 in a row. Utah Valley, winners of 7 in a row, but they're 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games. They've won 7 in a row and can never cover here. Cal Baptist, meanwhile, covers everything. If you had to compare the two, I mean, look, Cal Baptist has covered 5 in a row. Utah Valley's failed to cover 5 in a row. Cal Baptist is, though, just 2-9 straight up and 3-8 against the spread. Their last 11 against Utah Valley. Oh, man. Utah Valley here has gone over in 4 of their last 5 coming in. 4 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Wow. A very, very unique situation here. Let's see how you have it in the chat with this one. Here we go. Let's see here. Irvine, maybe. Okay, nothing from this game. Okay, well. All right, I'm going to try to come back. Cal Baptist has been so strong here as far as covering these numbers here of late. I'm going to take the 3 points here in this one. I know there's been a little bit of a move on Utah Valley, but I'm going to take Cal Baptist in this one. So is Mr. Weskers, and that's it for the college basketball card. All right, we're going to go next to our hockey card. And, well, you know what? It's hockey night, so we might as well go all in here with 14 games here tonight. Don't you love it? Get ready. They're all important games here tonight. Let's go to our hockey coverage and start with the Ducks on the road taking on the Senators. In this one, you got the Senators, $1.60 favorite here over the Ducks. Yeah, Ducks are on the road, but hey, the Ducks are in first place. What are we doing here? Kind of like what the Ducks are doing right now atop the Pacific Division standings here, but they did lose last night, or last game to Toronto, 6-4 there. Third game of the road trip here for Anaheim right now. They are 1 point ahead of Vegas, so they're teetering on the edge there, if you will. Ottawa, meanwhile, coming in off of a loss last time out to Montreal at home, 3-2. It did snap a three-game snapped a three-game winning streak there in that one. I think it's going to be Dostal and Ullmark here. Ottawa is 25-21 as a favorite this season. Anaheim 23-19 as an underdog. Anaheim. Right now, these two teams did not. They did play their first meeting of the season at Anaheim, of course. 3-2. Ottawa got the win. Anaheim's won 15 of their last 20 overall. They've gone under in 5 of 7. 7 of the last 8 years, this game has gone under when they played in Ottawa. 13 of the last 16 meetings overall have gone under between the two teams. Ottawa's gone under in 6 of their last 9 games at home. I got to take the Ducks in this one. I'm taking Anaheim at plus money here. I don't think we can get involved with the puck line. I think it's going to be a little bit too high, but that's all right. I'm going to take the Ducks at plus $1.45, I believe, here right now. $1.35. Give me Anaheim here in this one. Okay, let's see here. Next up, we've got the Bruins taking on the Capitals here with Swayman going for Boston. Boston's been alternating wins and losses here of late. Washington, meanwhile, comes in off of a win last time out over the Buffalo Sabres, of course, a couple of nights ago. 2-1, they won on the road. That one, Boston, meanwhile, lost at home to San Jose. Boston comes in here just 11-14 on the road. Washington 20-11 at home, 25-19 as a favorite. We know Boston total home road dichotomy right now with that incredible home winning streak, but they're 0-7 in their last 7 on the road. They have won 12 of the last 18 meetings between the two teams. Washington's won 6 of 7 at home. They're hard pressed right now. Talking about the Washington Capitals here, they are right now still 5 points out of the playoffs. So they got to win, and they got to win now. The team that's in second place in the wild card is the Boston Bruins. They're trying to hold off Columbus. And then there's a little bit of a cushion before you get to Ottawa, Philadelphia, and Washington. So you got to take the Capitals here. I mean, Boston just not winning right now on the road, and the Capitals got a little bit of momentum going. I don't think they're going to make it here, but they still got to give them a chance here right now. These two teams met just a week ago, and it was 4-1. Boston won it at home. I'll take the Capitals, though, in this one. All right. Hey, Moon Man's here. Moon is here. He took the Ducks. Timmy took the Ducks as well. Capitals regulation here for Timmy Two Shoes. Says, hope no overtime. Okay, we got the Avalanche here next up, and they're taking on the Jets in this one. You got Colorado. Pretty big favorite here on the road right now. Colorado 44-11-9. Winnipeg, meanwhile, loses a couple in a row here. They're at losses at home here too. Rangers and Anaheim, they've been on a long homestand here, but they're starting to get weaker as the homestand goes along. Probably because they realize that, their season's pretty much done right now. They're 7 points back of the Kings in the wild card chase here currently. Talking about the Winnipeg Jets. Colorado's 21-6 on the road. Winnipeg just 6-18 as an underdog here. Colorado won the last meeting just 3-2. Winnipeg won the 2 meetings before that, actually. So they've had a little bit of success really against Colorado right now, but just think that Colorado might be able to get this one and even get the puck line. Colorado's won 6 of the last 9 meetings. They've won 6 of 7 overall and 6 straight wins on the road. 5 of the last 7 meetings between these two teams here in Winnipeg have gone over. Winnipeg's been an over team, 16-8 to the over as an underdog, but Colorado 13-18 to the under on the road, 27-34 to the under as a favorite. Winnipeg's gone under, though, in 5 of their last 6 and 4 of their last 5 at home. And 4 of the last 5 meetings between the two teams have gone under between these two. But, man, it's hard on these puck lines because it does feel like it's been 1-goal games, close games, whatever you got. They're really hard to get there often on these puck lines right now. But I'm going to take Colorado on the puck line here in this one. All right, abs in regulation for Moon. That could get it done. Timmy likes the under here. I think I probably prefer the under in this one. The last meeting was 3-2. It's the only meeting this season between the two teams back in December. There it is, 3-2, maybe, huh? And Timmy, no, they're not going to make it, Timmy. The Jets are going to fall short of the wild card. They're not making the playoffs. Next up, the Rangers are on the road. They're taking on the Wild. So we go with the Rangers, right? Or do we? Look, the Rangers are back to, they're losing now on the road, right? That talk is long gone as far as the Rangers winning all their road games and losing at home. They're starting to lose on the road. They're still 18-15 on the road overall, but Minnesota comes in here 38-16-12, 19-7 at home, 24-17 as a favorite. They're obviously a big favorite here. They are 12-26 as a puck line favorite. It's just okay. Rangers 25-13 is a puck line dog. That's right there. That's right where you need to be for about an average result. Pretty much here for the most part. Rangers have won 4 of their last 5. They've beaten Minnesota in 5 of the last 7 meetings coming in. Minnesota's 9-4. Straight up in their last 13 games, they're 5-7 in their last 7 at home. Rangers have gone over in 5 straight on the road, 5 of 6 overall. They're 22-16 to the over as a dog. Minnesota's 21-17 to the over as a favorite. 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams here in Minnesota have gone over. They meet just once a year here, of course. So let's see what you have in this one between the Rangers and Minnesota here tonight. All right, I'm going with the Wild on the puck line here. I think they will get the puck line tonight. I'll take another puck line favorite here right now. Right now, Minnesota on the puck line is -1.5, but probably a little bit of plus money. Give me the Wild here to take care of the Rangers in this one. The Rangers they're done. They're fading. They're long gone. Rangers are in last place. They're not going anywhere. Minnesota, meanwhile, still here, 3rd place in the Central Division. They're well clear right now. They're not going to fall out of 3rd place in the Central. They're just going to finish in 3rd place, likely behind Dallas. They could catch them, but they're not going to be scrambling for any wild card or anything. If anything, there could be a little bit of complacency because they're so locked in here right now, and Dallas is hot ahead of them. Okay. Moon wants no part of this Minnesota team. Maple Leafs on the road. Pekka Luukkonen gets his name in all caps, apparently. All right, there we go. Sabres, Sabres, big favorite here, minus 220. Total here, 6.5 over 20. Bummer days, man. Austin Matthews lost for the season after that cheap shot of an injury. Not it's I understand you get suspended for it. It's not so much. It was a cheap shot in a way. I know he was a little bit out of control. You could say that, hey, that's just what happened. It kind of. But you can't play like that. You got to be more in control. So even if it was kind of an accident, right, or was it, you got to be better than that. You got to be better than that, and that's kind of what happened there a little bit. So yeah, just a bummer though for Austin Matthews to be out of here for the rest of the season here for Toronto. They did win there in that game over Anaheim 6-4 to snap a losing streak. Buffalo's actually coming in off of a loss here right now, but you're not going to worry about that. Buffalo's still just on fire here currently. They were winning everything before that. Buffalo comes in here having won 8 of their last 9. They're 4-1 their last 5 at home. Buffalo's gone under in 6 of their last 9, but Toronto's gone over in 4 of their last 5 and 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over, including the game back in January was 7-4. Buffalo crushed Toronto at Toronto, but still. Buffalo 40-20-6 overall. Toronto 28-27-11. They're 11-21 as an underdog here. Darn, do we dare just take another puck line here with Buffalo? Buffalo's 14-16 as a puck line favorite. That's absolutely terrific. Toronto 17-15 as a puck line underdog. That's no good. So if anything, this looks like a solid puck line actually here for Buffalo, and I'm going to do it. I'm taking 3 straight puck lines here on the favorites. We're usually a recipe for disaster, but we're in the last stretch drive here. We're not in a tankathon necessarily, but I'm going to take Buffalo to rock over Toronto here tonight. Sabres puck line for Moonman. Buffalo should rock them, says Timmy Two Shoes, and take the team total over. Chat pros are great tonight. My guys here, thank you very much. Let's move on. Flames and Islanders in this one. You've got Calgary on the road here, 26-32-7 overall for the Islanders here, 37-24-5 right now. Islanders coming in here off of a loss last time out. The Islanders dropped the game to the Kings at home, 3-2, after to stop a 2-game losing streak. They really haven't been playing that well, the Islanders here of late. Now, look, the Islanders can feel like they're probably going to be in the postseason here. Their situation's a little more precarious in the Metro. They're only 2 points ahead of Columbus here right now. And, if you fall out of the wild card, if you fall out of this position, you're going to be short of the wild card as well. So very important game, actually, for the Islanders here. Can the Calgary Flames, though, play spoiler? Because they're not going the postseason. They're well out of it. They're just here to play spoiler. But they did just beat New Jersey last time out here on the road, 5-4. They are 10-20 on the road. Terrible. But Islanders just 11-12 as a favorite. That's bad. Still, Calgary, one of the worst teams in the league, but the price might be okay here for the Islanders at $1.55. It almost feels like a bit of a bargain. Now, I know the Sharps are going to be on the Flames here, I'm pretty sure. I know it seems skeptical that would be the case, but I do think that is going to be the case here. I kind of want to take them here. I just don't feel like I'm getting enough of a price necessarily in this one. Give me the under here for now, but I might be on Calgary by the time this one goes off.
Final.
Just might have to wait till the public money comes in because I don't think there's going to be much interest in Calgary. I'm going to go under here in this one with Calgary and the Islanders here, but I do like Calgary here. Just $1.30, $1.35 doesn't seem quite good enough here, but my algorithm is screaming Calgary over here today, and I'm probably willing to trust them. All right, next up. Oh, let me get the comments here. First to 3 wins. Under for Timmy. All right, we're on the same wavelength. All right, next up, we got the Sharks on the road taking on the Canadians in this one. Sharks, a big underdog here, but I get it. But look, Canadians are going to be favored, of course. I get that. Montreal 36, 18 and 10, but Sharks 31, 28 and 6 did have their 3-game losing streaks snapped when they won last time out over Boston 4-2 on the road there a couple nights ago. Montreal's won 3 in a row over LA, Toronto, and Ottawa, playing very well here. Montreal is 9-20 as a puck line favorite, right about average right there. San Jose 38-18 as a puck line dog, pretty good run there for them as well. Sharks, nice price here. It feels like I kind of want to take the Sharks tonight. Let's see how you have it here. Anything from the chat? I'm going to see here. It'll be a goal festival, says Timmy Two Shoes. So a lot of goals are coming tonight in this one. Let me see. What do I have for the goalies here? Askarov. Nedeljkovic could be going in this one. I don't know, and we'll see if Dabish can go. But some of the sites were listing the backups here a little bit. Let's see what you got, though, in this one. I'm taking the Sharks. I'm taking the Sharks over my Canadians here. Give me San Jose. Let me see what the puck line is. Probably a little bit too expensive on the puck line, $1.75 or so. So I'll take the money line here plus $1.35. I'm taking the Sharks in this one. Moon says going to be an over city here. Montreal is 18-13 to the over at home. San Jose, I think, has been, let me take a look here. I think they've been kind of going under here of late. San Jose, 12 of their last 18 have gone under, but Montreal's gone over in 5 of 7, and 7 of the last 10 meetings have gone under. Justin Rosario joining us in the chat. He says, how about the Bruins here tonight? We previewed that one. Justin, he also likes the Caps here, and I think he likes the Ducks. He likes the Senators. Thanks a lot to Justin for his hockey picks here tonight, joining the chat pros. Celebrini and Caulfield for Timmy with a little anytime goal parlay. All right, and man, my Brisbane Lions are having trouble here getting rocked by Sydney, but maybe it's going to go over so far. Next up right now is going to be the Hurricanes on the road here, taking on the Lightning in this one. Got the Hurricanes here with Brandon Bussey, 41, 18, and 6. Hurricanes have actually lost 2 of their last 3 here of late to Calgary and St. Louis. They did beat Pittsburgh. Tampa, meanwhile, comes in off of a win over Detroit. That snapped a 2-game skid. These 2 teams met back in February. Carolina won at home 5-4 in that one. They played in December in Tampa, and Tampa won it 6-4. All right, this one, closely rated here. This is Carolina's an underdog for just the 5th time this season. Tampa Bay is 33-21 as a favorite. Hurricanes, we'll say they're just 1-3 in those 4 previous games as an underdog. So, you're an underdog, but Carolina did go over in 3 of those 4 games. They are 36-29 to the over overall. Carolina comes into this one right now. I'm not saying that they need to keep on winning here right now. I mean, they're obviously currently in the driver's seat in the Metro, but just 2 points ahead of Buffalo overall in the Eastern Conference standings. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they are on 84 points, good for second place in the Atlantic. So you do have two of the top three teams in the Atlantic Division here going. This is the featured game of the night. So see how you have it with this one, with the Hurricanes on the road taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning in an extremely high-profile matchup here on Saturday night. All right, I'll make my call here
Final.
in this one. Hopefully, you've made yours. And the total here is what, 6.5? Is it 6.5 flat? Right now, I thought, let's see, 6.5 shaded to the under here in this one at 6.5 under at minus 120 or so. I wish, it might continue to go under, and then I'd go probably over there in this one. And once it got to 6, I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Lightning here. Give me the Lightning at home. I'm going to look to that total, though. Okay, here we go. Any comments from the chat pros? Timmy says, hockey night. And Justin says, who you got? The Bruins or the Caps? I went with the Caps. Check it out. We've gone over every game so far, Justin. That's what we do here on Night Moves. Give you a little preview of every game. All right, Moonman says, yeah, you could go under, but, look at the scores of this series. 5-4, 6-4 so far this season. Both games over. Next up, we got the Kings on the road taking on the Devils here in this one. Kings coming in here right now. Look, 27, 23, and 15. It's gone south on them, no doubt about it. They're not toast yet. They've worked hard enough here over the last couple of games. Kings have won 2 of their last 3. They're currently in the playoff picture in the second wild card spot, 1 point ahead of San Jose. So Kings still could get in. They hopefully will. They've been playing okay, I thought. They lost that game to Boston 2-1 in overtime. They looked pretty good, I thought. Even the loss to Montreal, they hung in there. That one was at home, but feels like the Kings are playing decent right now, and they're just a great road team too. 17-18 on the road. Meanwhile, New Jersey just 16-15 at home. But this one probably should go to the Devils. Devils they're not going to the playoffs, that's for sure, but they are favored here. They're pretty much done, but I kind of like this spot for them. Devils won in LA 4-1 back in November. I don't know if it's might be too far back for any true revenge here, but New Jersey with back-to-back losses to Detroit and Calgary. I'm actually going to take them here in this game. I'm going to take the Devils. A little bit of they are favored. They're not a better team record-wise, that's for sure, but I'm going to take New Jersey to win this one over the Kings. Timmy's going with the Kings, though. And Moonman says they just took over that second spot. They got to play well. You got to keep playing. Kings got to keep winning here. It feels like if they're going to be able to get this done, but I'm going to go ahead and take the Devils here in a little bit. I won't say an upset. They are favored to win the game after all. Maybe an under for Timmy here in this one. Okay, we got a few more here. A lot of hockey games. I know we're going kind of fast. We got so many games. How about the Blue Jackets on the road taking on the Flyers here? Blue Jackets. Talk about just getting into the playoffs. Can they do it? Can they catch the Bruins? Can they catch the Red Wings here right now for the wild card spot? Look, they're so close. They could actually move up here in the Metro. You got the Penguins, 79 points. Islanders, 79 points. There right now in Columbus at 77 points. So what do you think there? Riding on the Metro. Blue Jackets are favored on the road in this one, minus $1.20, $1.25 or so. And like I said, just behind Pittsburgh and the Islanders there in the Metro Division there currently. I mentioned Detroit. I was talking about also the wild card as well. I mean, it's all a jumble. Philadelphia's won 2 in a row here right now as well of late, beating Washington and Minnesota for a couple of nice wins in there. Columbus just lost at Florida, and they've actually lost 3 of their last 4 coming in. So not a good time for a hiccup here. They're right on the edge and got to keep winning here. I think Jet Greaves and Dan Bladar in here today. In this one, I'm going to take the under here with Columbus and Philadelphia. I think I'll probably be on Columbus eventually. I don't know if the line's going to move, but I'm willing to wait it out. Give me the under here with these two at 6 goals. You do have Philadelphia 15 and 18 to the under at home. There's not a lot of trends that maybe would point to an under in this game, but that's the way I'm going to go here anyway, is take the under here with the Blue Jackets and the Flyers. For the Blue Jackets here, they are 16 and 13 on the road, 18 and 17 as a favorite. Philadelphia just 18 and 27 as an underdog. So I got to figure Philly here is 6 and 2 straight up in their last 8. Columbus has won 14 of 20, 7 of 9 on the road, and they've beaten Philadelphia in 5 of the last 7 meetings. 12 of the last 17 meetings between the two teams here in Philadelphia have gone over, but Philly's gone under in 7 of their last 8 at home. 9 of the last 13 meetings overall have gone over, but I'm going to go under here in this one. All right, Coates for a point, says Timmy Two Shoes. Next up, a few more here. Not done yet. How about the Red Wings taking on the Stars in this one? You got Gibson up there against Ottinger right now. And for the Red Wings here coming into this one, look, it's been like we said, in the standings right now for Detroit, in charge of the wild card, but still only on 79 points right now, and they've lost 2 in a row. Not looking that great here of late. Losses to Florida and Tampa Bay on the road. This is their 4th straight road game here. Dallas, meanwhile, they've won 3 in a row at home over Chicago, Vegas, and Edmonton. They're on a homestand. Dallas has won 21 of 28 at home, but Detroit's one of the best road teams in the league, 18 and 12 on the road so far. Dallas $1.70. It feels like they're the team I would rather have in this game. I don't know if there's a ton of value here necessarily, but I don't think it's an awful price either. Let's see what you've got here in this one with Dallas at home taking on the Red Wings. Dallas has won 13 of their last 14 and 9 of their last 10 at home. Detroit, meanwhile, just 1 and 4 straight up, and they're just 2 and 8 in their last 10 games against Dallas. Detroit's gone under in 8 of their last 11 overall and 6 of their last 8 on the road, but Dallas has been a bit of an over team here of late. Still for the season, they're 15 and 17 to the under at home. But, man, I do like the Dallas Stars here. And I guess, puck line is $1.40, money line $1.80 here. I'll take Dallas on the puck line here, but I probably think they can just take it on the money line. They're $1.80, kind of high, but let me take Dallas plus $1.40 here on the puck line. And we've got here Timmy Two Shoes, like in Detroit, on the road. All right, next up, a few more. Penguins and Mammoth here right now. Pittsburgh on the road, 32, 19, and 15. Utah comes in 34, 26, and 6. Both teams having a little bit of trouble right now. Utah's lost 3 in a row all of a sudden to Chicago, Minnesota, and Chicago again. Uh-oh. They just lost to Chicago twice, and you're in the middle of the playoff hunt here. Utah currently uh, sitting in first place in the wild card here, 5 points clear of the Kings, so doing just fine here. Like I said, in the Central, they're probably not going to get into the top three. They're just battling to stay on top in the wild card. I think they should do it, but they have not looked good here over the last week or so, week or 10 days right now, struggling a little bit. For Pittsburgh here, meanwhile, though, they're also struggling here all of a sudden. They were hot, but now they've lost 2 in a row, and they really haven't looked that good over the last week or so also. They are 16-20 as an underdog. Utah is 26-17 as a favorite here. They're minus $1.40, by the way. Let me fix that there. So, yeah, you got Pittsburgh on the road. Good road team. They're 16-9, really a terrific road record, but Utah is 18-10 at home. They really don't flub up the home ice too much, and I think that's kind of important as well. So with their great record here, I'm going to go ahead and take the Mammoth at home as a small favorite. Give me the Mammoth here in this one. All right. Mammoth. Remember Mammoth, the band Mammoth? Van Halen was called Mammoth before they changed their name to Van Halen also, after they learned there was another band called Mammoth. Blackhawks and Golden Knights here, with the Golden Knights a 225 favorite over Chicago. Well, you know, Chicago actually some life here of late for Chicago, back-to-back wins here right now over the Utah Mammoth. So both games were 3-2. One was at home, one was on the road, and Utah won them both. How about that? So let's see Chicago won them both. So how will they fare going on the road here against a Vegas team that is off of a 6-2 home win over Pittsburgh? They absolutely clubbed them. Vegas is 15-10 at home, but you know what? They're not a great puck line team for sure. Vegas is 14-37 as a puck line favorite. That's pretty bad. Meanwhile, Chicago 41-20 as a puck line dog. That'll work. So what do you think here in this one with Chicago and Vegas? You got a Vegas team here that is 29-22 to the over as a favorite, 19-13 to the over at home. But Chicago is 26-35 to the under as a dog. Chicago actually comes in here having gone under in 7 of their last 9. Vegas has gone under in 6 of their last 8. Chicago's also gone under in 6 of their last 7 on the road. Vegas has gone under in 4 of 6 at home. So Vegas is starting to trend under a little bit here right now. But I'm going to take Chicago Blackhawks on the puck line in this one at plus 1.5 at minus $1.10 here in this. Or I'm sorry, minus $1.30 here. In fact, that's in my paper head book. Minus $1.35 here, actually, at some of the regular books. That's a little hefty, but I'll take the Blackhawks on the puck line. Howden for an anytime goal. The Penguins fix themselves. All right. I went down the rabbit hole the other night learning why Penguins walk upright. If you don't know why, you'd be surprised. Okay, here we go. Kraken and Canucks, last game of the night here. Kraken on the road against the sorry Canucks, but game's kind of closely rated here. Seattle's lost 4 in a row. All of a sudden, they can't get it straight. Losses to St. Louis, Ottawa, Nashville, and Chicago and Colorado, all at home. There, they were on a long homestand, so maybe they'll get on the road and get healthy a little bit. Vancouver, just 7-20 at home, 16-38 as an underdog here. So I think Seattle might be okay in this one, despite their struggles. They've lost 6 of their last 8 on the road, lost 4 of their last 5 overall. However, they have beaten Vancouver in 4 of the last 5 meetings. 13 of the last 17 meetings between the two teams have gone over here. And Vancouver's lost 9 of their last 11 and 16 of their last 19 games at home coming in. So let's see what you got here, but I might just be willing to take this favorite again on the road right now. Under, but all Seattle here for Timmy Two Shoes. All right, I'll take the favorite here with Seattle on the road over the Canucks. That's going to do it here for Night Moves for Saturday here. It should be a good day. Make sure you're back here tomorrow for more Night Moves. We'll preview the 5 college basketball games on Sunday, and the other action will be a light night tomorrow night. So come on by and join me here on Night Moves. Hope we took care of everything for you here. There's plenty of soccer action on Saturday, including Major League Soccer, 5 games in the Premier League, 3 in Italy, 4 in La Liga. Bundesliga's got 5 games as well. League One's got 3 games, so big card on Saturday here coming up in European soccer. And don't forget the big games tomorrow in the World Baseball Classic, Puerto Rico and Italy, Venezuela and Japan. That's going to do it. Thanks, everybody. Be back here tomorrow for more Night Moves. From the Tony'sPicks.com YouTube channel, the 53,000 subscriber juggernaut, this is Ramon Scott. See you back here. Good night from Vegas.